Hey, welcome back to Ping Pong Flix. My name is Chris Wong. This is my Man of Steel commentary, as I'm going to be watching this, and you can go ahead and turn it on at the same time, and I'm going to tell you when to turn it on, and we're going to watch it together. I'm just going to do a commentary. I've never done this before. This is my first. Sorry for the amateurish in this house. Got my fan going because it is hot in Hawaii. Now, before I start this commentary, before I start this epic, awesome movie, I just want to give a little bit pointers about at that time, before I watched this movie, before I even saw that second trailer, the Ideal of Hope trailer. I was still in the Superman, Richard Donner. That was my Superman. That was my age. And I've said this before. My first name was named after Christopher Reeve, Christopher. So I was onto that. I watched Superman. I watched Superman Return so many times because I thought that was the last Superman movie I'll ever see. And my Superman, I was disappointed in the way that he's never really had some great action. He's never really punched anybody. Not even the Smallville Superman really punched anybody. They just pushed people away. So it wasn't this kind of Superman that I envisioned. I wanted like a Dragon Ball style fighting, kind of like the ones you see in the animated versions of the Superman. So I really want to see that, and I think this is when this came out, I was like, oh my god, we're getting that. We're totally getting an all-out action, very serious Superman story, and I can't wait to see it. So went to the theater, and here we are, Man of Steel. This is gonna be my live my commentary. So not live, I'm sorry, this is gonna be pre-recorded. So come follow me and let's watch it together. So I'm pressing play right now. This is my digital copy, so I don't have anything in the front, just right before the Warner Brothers title starts. And 3, 2, 1. This is cool. You know, right away this intro to me is pretty awesome, only because it reminded me of the '89 Batman, where you're going through the tunnel and it forms the shape of the symbol. And originally I thought that's what we were gonna get, like some sort of forming of the symbol. And I think I was thinking it was gonna do that. I mean, it didn't do that though. The music is just phenomenal. The Hans Zimmer music. After this movie came out, I went out and grabbed the soundtrack immediately. I don't know who this actress is. I don't know what other movie she's been in. The pun that plays Lara. She phenomenal. I mean, I wish she's be in the movies more as like a hologram or something, but I understand that she had to be going off. Incredible way technique to do, instead of like a cheap monitor or something, they have these little things that turn into the figures of Superman, you know, or turn into figures of the baby. That animation, it's so original. The music is just awesome. Yeah. This is the way he looks at him, like this part, when you see the creature and all this, it's science fiction, something I've never seen in a Superman film or live action. It's not clean, it's gritty. It's Lord of the Rings-ish. I mean, look at all those different markings and things, Kryptonian language, the symbols. I've always been a fan of Russell Crowe after LA Confidential. That got me hooked on him. He is really, really awesome actor. Every role, especially like this one, he puts it all. Like he is Jor-El. Here comes General Zod. He's still the best villain in the DCEU. General Zod. This is madness. It's interesting how in this they really show the two sides. In the original, I don't know if they really showed that in the was the 78 Night Superman with Richard Donner. He was more like a tyrant, but you can really understand Zod in this one. He is an understandable villain. He really thinks he's right. And in a way, you feel for him. You understand that he's trying to retain this culture of Krypton while, I mean, it's totally destroying the world, but Jor-El has found a new way, yet it is kind of betraying the culture. I love that. That's so cool. And Jor-El that can fight. Unheard of. Jor-El that can fight in a live action. I think he could fight in the animated. I don't remember. I think he did. Yeah. Some people complain this is too long, but I love it. It's a great setup. It's a great setup. This is telling you this is different from the Donner Superman. Okay, this is a pure sci-fi type movie. They're trying to make you. It's almost like, I know I'm going to spark Marvel here, but Thor, where Thor's not really a god. They're just a different ancient a race with technological advances beyond humankind. It's very much like this. Look at that. And the music, when I heard this music, I'm like, I love this. I love this music. I love this. Helix. I don't remember. Is that Carla Gugino? Is that her name? Carla. She was the voice in the Kryptonian ship for Batman v Superman. Is that Helix? I'm not sure. Does remind you a little bit of Matrix here with all the little baby sacks, but. This is when you kind of try to realize, oh, he's wearing a Superman suit. He's got the symbol and everything. The Codex, I hope the Codex plays a big role within coming. Maybe it's a pivotal role in how Superman comes back. Because I think it's underused, and like they should mention it again. I really think it's an important part of Superman's return. Maybe, I'm not sure. Look at that. It's so cool, these creatures they made for this. You know, they could have just stuck with ships, but no, they added creatures to it. Took time even for a short scene to give some personality to this creature. Hiraka? Is that name? Hiraka? Oh. Yeah. That's not going to survive. I just noticed now that Keelix is right behind him. I just noticed that right now. Yeah, that's got to be something. Yeah. Make him Superman. I like that. They'll kill him. He'll be a god to them. It's very similar to how it was in the other Superman, Richard Donner. I mean, in the other one, she seemed to more apt to give him away, but this kind of explains it a lot. You know. It's just a super touching moment. Like, I think when I first saw this, I kind of teared up because at that time I had my second boy, and just remembering thinking, well, what would that feel like? You have to give him away without knowing him very well yet, you know. Yeah. Yeah. That must have been quite something, having to have a natural birth for the first time, and not came out of those weird sacs, like an actual birth. Superman symbol. Wasn't there a Superman type symbol thing in Smallville? I don't remember. I could have sworn there was some kind of key or something that he had. Hopes and dreams travel with you. Yeah, those ship designs are cool. So cool. Notice they do that twisty thing, even the world engine. Oh, dang. Suited up. Come on. I miss a strong female villain as well. She was quite something. Here we go.
I know you stole the codex, Gerald. Surrender it, and I'll let you live. This is a second chance for all of Krypton, not just the bloodlines.
I'm wondering if the Krypton series will show any more interaction with Jor-El, or no, it was before Jor-El, yeah, Jor-El's grandpa, or father. Be free. Michael Shannon, just look at him. I mean, he really is into it. Like, you believe him 100%. It's amazing how a scientist can really fight and beat up a general. Like, it's quite something. Makes you wonder if Jor-El was not just a scientist but a soldier. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Okay, he would have totally won. He would have totally won if he didn't get distracted. Look at that. He totally took him down. A scientist. It's like if Bill Nye took out Sylvester Stallone or something, you know what I mean? Like, we know Superman, Kal-El's got to go to Earth, but man, you really feel for General Zod. Every speech shows conviction, shows that he really means it. He really cares about Krypton. Oh. Oh boy. Look at his eyes. He almost wished he didn't kill him. He almost felt remorse.
It's Cal. Son of God. He's been
Fire on that ship.
Bring that ship down.
I think Cal was pretty lucky there. Oh, sorry. It's like a warp drive. So I wonder if they knew that he was sent. I wonder if if the rest of the Kryptonians knew that there was a ship that left. I don't think so. I think they just 300 cycles. How much is 300 cycles?
You won't kill us yourself. You wouldn't bury your hands, but you damn us to a black hole for eternity. Jor-El was right. You're a pack of fools. Every last one of you.
Yeah.
You believe your son's safe? I will find.
It's like him and Jor-El. They both had a thing. They both want to save this world, or in a way, they just went about it differently. One went politically, scientifically, and he's the military. It says so much about our own political cultures. Really, it says so much. I guess the only one of the little grievances I have is why do these things look like penises shooting into the sky? Why do they look like that? But I guess that's their form. That's the feet, the head. It just looks like that. But that was my first thought. Giant ship. Well, it's different than a 12 by 12 mirrored square. The Phantom Zone. It's different. I actually wonder what this version of the Phantom Zone looks like. You don't see it at all. Like, you don't see what does it look like on the other side. Now, I don't think, well, the Donner one, you don't see it as well. They're just floating in the glass and they're screaming. So this is the part where we're not really sure. We're assuming there's a lot of time has passed. She's wearing something different, but the cut went quickly, so we don't really know. I'm thinking it's a long time, because they literally could not have come from trial to destruction of Earth. I think this has been happening for a while. Boy, man, what would that feel like, just watching that come towards you? Like, this is it. This is over. Ooh. Boom. Now that is over, you know, it kind of sets you up like this is your standard Superman Smallville affair. You're gonna have the, you know, or even the animated, like, it's gone, Krypton's gone, we're gonna fly through space, we're gonna get to Smallville, the kid will grow up and we'll go through the stages, then he finds out to be Superman. But probably the one, it's not a slap in your face, because it really takes you back for a second, because you're thinking we're expecting that same formula movie, and then it just comes down, and right here, right when it lands, it just cuts, and it's the boat scene. Like what? Like, what happened? And then you reckon, wait, that's Henry Cavill. That's whoa. They jumped ahead, which is way different from what we've used to before. But in terms of what we've, remember, this was produced by Christopher Nolan, David Goyer, who also worked on The Dark Knight, Batman Begins. This is very similar. You can almost say very similar to Batman Begins, where it's a kid cuts to Bruce Wayne as an older, and it cuts back and forth. You know, it has that same type of moment, him trying to find himself, something we haven't seen before. So I almost want to say the jumps, you should automatically just be like, okay, this is not Richard Donner Superman, this is not Superman we've ever seen before. Greenhorn. Whoa. Like, that dude's on fire, but he's okay. Like, what in the... Look at that. Look at that, guys. Superman saving people. Yeah. See, look, he's saving people. Saving people. Probably not totally strong yet, but he's gonna try to help him anyway. Here he goes. Oh! Zack Snyder is very good at these Greek type, I don't know what you call it. They look like gods, okay? And just the way they shoot him, he's shirtless, yeah, you know, muscular and everything. It's just to show that heroic Greek type heroism in the way he paints them. Yeah, we got that. Of course, that symbolic nature of a Messiah. Some people are like, is this where Aquaman shows up? Aquaman? It cuts back and forth. Which at this time, when people were like, oh, another Superman origin, you know, how again, really? So I think this is a clever way to do an origin story without doing the actual origin story play by play. So you get right to the different parts of his life that you can kind of remember as, yeah, that's how it's going to be. You know, that's what he learned. That's how he learned super hearing. That's how he learned seeing X-ray vision. You know, just real quickly. Just gets you the gist of how it is. And the fears he had, the fears of his parents that they have for him being so special. Such a freak. You know, being bullied. You know, it's almost an omen of how his adult life would be like. This is almost if they had. There's a scene in Batman v Superman, and I'll talk about that when I do the BVS. But where they cut out, where he drowns out all his sides to listen to his mom, to try to find his mom, and it's almost like this scene. That would have, if you watch that together, that would be like this scene where he's drowning out everything to listen for his mother. So that would have worked in Batman v Superman, but no one's gonna remember this. Okay, a lot of people won't remember that. Is this Aquaman saving Superman? No, I don't think so. A lot of people are wondering about that. Maybe just a little bit. I was thinking about that, just a little bit. He's huge. He is huge. He's like Hulk that changed back, but he's still Hulk without green. Yeah. I'm missing some clothes there. There was a scene that was cut out where he was with a dog. I don't know if that one made it into the director's cut or not. If there was a director's cut, no, there wasn't. I mean, like if it was a behind cut scene.
What do you think? You see the game? You go on. What is his girlfriend? I want to hear what he has to say.
I hope we ever get to see Lana Lang ever again. Like, you know, do we get to see her as an adult? Ooh. It's amazing that everybody get these kids that look really like Henry Cavill. Like you straight up look at him and say, oh yeah, that's Clark. That's Clark. I mean, even Tom Welling, when they got him with the hair and everything, they said, oh yeah, that's Clark. You know? Heroics. Okay. Don't be saving anybody. He's been saving since he was a kid. Look at that. He saved the whole bus of kids. He's got the music going on. Dun dun. Bum bum, bum. So interesting, they never explored that. Did he ever have any type of relation with Lana, like in the comics or Smallville? They never explored that at all. Saving Pete.
My son was there. He was in the bus. He saw. It was an act of God, Jonathan.
Act of God, Jonathan. Act of God. First time we see Jonathan Kent.
No.
Now we're going to go to one of the most controversial talks, speeches or scenes actually in this movie, and they actually had that in part of the trailer. I know my friends were like, "No, that's not what Jonathan would have said," you know.
Right, we talked about this. You have
It's a little bit of like the Jonathan Kent from Smallville, where he says you not to show your powers and stuff. Just let him die. Maybe. So a lot of people have a lot of issues with that, okay, and I understand, because you came from where if someone has powers, they should be responsible and do everything about it. But he's a father, and what father would want their kid to go in harm's way, even though, you know, and to show their power? So I understand where he's coming from, is that people aren't ready for him. And in a way, it did come true, where the world was not ready for him at all. They are now, after he's gone, but you can see that Clark is always trying to do the right thing. His father kind of hampers him in the respect of trying to protect him, being protective of their. It's like a father when your kid says, if my boy says, "I'm gonna join the army," you know, you have that saying, "Oh, that's great, but you have that part of you worry and you want to protect them. You don't want them to be in harm's way," in which they're willing to put themselves in their harm's way. So if you look at it as a father perspective, you can understand. A lot of my friends aren't fathers yet, so it's very hard for them to understand, but I'm sure their fathers would understand.
It's another way of saying that it's not from this world. And neither are you. You have answers. You have an answer to it.
It's a huge, like, slap in the face to realize you're not human. I'm not your son.
Just leave the fucking paper. You say you have to release it. These changes that you're going through one day, even when it comes a lesson, whatever it comes, you have to make a choice. Choice if you to stand proud
In front of the human race or not. I love that. Can I just forget? I just want to be your son. You know, that was like, that's. You know, that's hard. Raise a kid knowing that he's not really yours. To find out what that reason is. Crazy trucker guy. So it's amazing, if has he come here knowing that there's something going on, or he just happened to be here in the military. You know, knew about the ship. I can't believe this guy. I mean, he's so short. Looking at him. Look at that. And he could have just knocked him out.
There he is.
You punch. He didn't budge, man. I think you should be scared right now. Yeah, I'm gonna do something about your truck. Now a lot of people are like, "Oh man, he's such a bully. He destroyed that guy's truck or something." Do you remember Superman 2 when that bully at that bar and he got beat up, and then when he came back at the end, he just pushed him into the I forget if it was a game system or a music system and destroyed that. Like, he probably broke his back in that process, okay? So don't tell me that he's being a dick here. Like, if you're gonna say that he can't be hypocritical, that was fine back then, that's fine now. At least he didn't hurt him. When I first saw that, when I first saw this movie, I didn't realize that was him. I was like, what? Like, I didn't realize that was him until she saw him outside. I thought he was, but upon, you know, further viewing, is like, oh wait, Joe is, oh, he was there.
Well, they were pretty impressive.
Well, what can I say? I get writer's block if I'm not wearing a flak jacket.
Just like every Lois Lane, even the Erica Durant's Lois Lane, the very, I mean, they made the other Lois Lane not know how to spell, the Margot Kidder one. But at least this one, she's smart, she's tough, sarcastic, you know.
We're done measuring this. You have your position in each end.
He's got pride and ego. I like it. I like how they did it, kind of like the Superman, where they had Marlon Brando, they had Margot Kidder, they had Margot, and they had Gene Hackman, you know, all these different types of high known actors surrounding a lesser known Christopher Reeve. Did they really let her use a bucket to go to the bathroom? I love watching dark scenes in the movie theaters, just the surround sound and just being there. The cold of theater, you feel like you're really there. It's really cold. See, that's the first time I thought that he shows up in this scene, but I was wrong. He was Joe. Upon second viewing, the first viewing I didn't catch him, but the second did. This is also different from what we've known before, where the first time she meets a Superman, he's Superman with a suit and all. So it's totally different from our expectations. So it may be along more like, because in Smallville she knows Clark, and then, but even Smallville, wasn't totally Superman until towards the end. They already had a relationship. So in a way, it's almost like that. She knows of him before he's Superman, you know. I like that when he shoots it from his eyes, it actually kind of hurts, like it burns. He just shakes it off. Like, what is that? Ah, so that actually hurts him, huh? That actually hurts him. Did that actually hurt, or you just cut the shirt? It's like a ghost walking around. It's like, is he actually seeing him? The Jor-El still alive? It's a giant floating object. Let's take a picture of it. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, so remember this is about the prequel comic where this is the area, this is the ship that Supergirl came in, Kara. No, I don't know if they alluded to that by looking at the empty pod. So what is that gonna, are they gonna explore that at all, or is that dead and done? I don't know. Ooh. Ooh. That I jumped on the theater. Ooh. She's like, what? What are you talking about? That was pretty painful. Ouch. He was also in Smallville. Forgot, he was like a scientist for Star Labs, I think. I don't know if you guys remember that. Interesting, this military. We've been here for months, or I don't know how long, and it just took off and flew away. We tried to get to the ship, it just literally just flew away.
What Colonel Hardy seems to surmise was a Soviet-era submarine was actually something much less. An isotope analysis of the surrounding ice cores suggests that an object had been trapped in the glacier for over 18,000
18,000 years. Yeah. So what happened to Supergirl? What happened to Kara? 18,000 years.
Questions raised by my rescuer's existence are frightening.
When is the Dark Side War? When Apocalypse tried to come Steppenwolf?
The conclusion that the object and its occupant did not return.
Such a pretty lady.
I can't print this, Lois. You might have hallucinated half
What about the civilian contract to corroborate my story?
Pentagon is denying it.
Lawrence Fishburne as Perry White is fantastic. He literally, he's Perry White.
Then act like it.
Use it or I won't.
Yeah. Contract. I'm having a story.
I like how he has integrity. He's not gonna write bogus stories and things like that. Kind of like what Perry had said in Superman Quest for Peace, where he wouldn't write some bogus story, and there's no integrity to that. Yes, I know Quest for Peace, a lot of you don't like it. I actually do like it, even though it has a lot of weird problems that I just dismiss.
Because I want my mystery man to know another truth.
Recursive diagnostics complete. Guardian presence authenticated. All systems operational.
So who are you?
To see you standing there. It's consciousness. My name is Killer.
It is hot tonight. Cal? That's my name. Came from Krypton. Such a cool way to show the history using that animation in the background. It's so cool and awesome that Guardians of the Galaxy 2 decided to copy it. That says something, you know. That's awesome.
100,000 years. Civilization flourished. Accomplishing wonders. Artificial population control is established. The outposts and space exploration were abandoned. Exhausted our natural resources. As a result, our planet became unstable. Eventually, our military
General Zod.
attempted a coup.
It's visually appealing. The way he puts the compositions of each scene is, each shot is things you learn in art, you know, art school to make it more appealing to the eye.
Every child is designed to a predetermined role in society as a worker, warrior, leader, so. Your mother and I believe Krypton was something precious. The element of choice, chance. What if a child dreamed of becoming something other than what society intended?
The freedom of choice. Not be a sheep. Just you have your own ideas, your own opinions, to be who you want to be. It's very millennial if you think about it. That ship's not big enough. Anyway, he's ready. You kind of look at it, and if you're thinking of General Zod's point of view, it's like you ready to destroy your own kind just for another to flourish. But boom! I've always wondered where the Superman suit came from. Like, was that his with the red cape? Like, I want to believe that was, but why is it on? I guess what the ship may have made the suit, or that's the suit that's on every ship. Super shaved. That's just visually stunning. The red just pops out. So cool, man. Keep testing your limits. The music is just awesome. Super jumps first. Yes, I could go higher. He's smiling. He's laughing. No. No. Well, that didn't work. Just drive towards the race behind. Flash, literally racing behind. They'll join you in the sun count. This is it. You will help them accomplish wonder. When I heard this, I was literally thinking about everybody, all the team members, Justice League. I was literally thinking, could it be possible? He's talking about other heroes. I remember someone saying in the comic that happened in the comic, where he flew through past was it Birthright? He flew past through the zebras. So the camera work, I understand they try to make it like realistic, like if you're in a helicopter and you see something, you're tracking it, you zoom in real quickly. I understand why people say he don't smile. I don't get it. He's smiling throughout this whole sequence. An homage to Christopher Reeve. He finally got the suit. He literally just became Superman at this moment.
A ghost. He never quite fit in.
A lot of people put down Lois Lane, but she really is flippin' smart. Detective Batman-like smart. She is able to track down all the way to Smallville. Okay? All the way to Smallville.
I'd like to talk to you about an accident that occurred when you were young in the house with a bus that went into the river.
All the way to the Kent farm. So if Lois Lane, who is smart, could figure out who Superman is, okay. Well, at this time it's not even called Superman. She just knows as him as Kent, that the one of the powers. You can bet your butt Lex Luthor can figure out who Superman is. Come on now. Even Batman.
Where are you from? What are you doing here? Let me tell your story. It's long coming. Someone's going to
Probably. I'll pack up and leave. Maybe Jack. Here.
Which is not wrong.
That's not useful. I didn't say that. A family's been farming for 5 generations. Your family.
This part is like, I was like, damn, he looks like Tom Welling.
You're not my dad. You just not found me in a field. That's all right, Mark. This is rough. I'll tell you why. We're not your parents. I think we're doing the best we can, and we're making this up as we go along. So maybe our best isn't good enough.
So this time he's kind of like the teenage, probably around, you know, the Smallville Tom Welling age. You can tell a lot of people don't understand the stubbornness of the father to, you know, I can do it, I'm not ready for my son to do it, even though he has abilities, even though he can. It's that whole protective nature of him that really hampers Clark's decisions. It's sad, you know, it's like, just let him be who he can be. And he's just been so affected by Jonathan, so affected to that, don't show your powers, don't try to be normal, don't let people know who you are. Kind of like when I'm watching Stranger Things now, where Hopper won't let 11 leave, you know. He's about to go, and he's like, no, don't do it. I mean, mentally crushing him. And he's a teenager at this point, so he didn't know what to do. Listen to my father, or it's just...
Because he was convinced that I have to work. That the world was not ready.
Mm-hmm.
Those are veterans having the sources who make it great to rip you.
I just noticed that's the guy from House of Cards. The he works for the president, for Frank Underwood.
You let Woodburn just shotgun it all over the internet. Now the publishers want me to sue you. Oh, just like that?
Any leads?
Or perhaps it just didn't get traction. 2 weeks leave, no pay, that's your penance. Well, let's make it 3 weeks since you're so willing to agree with me.
Harry.
No. Saw something. It's just told. Whatever your reasons are for dropping it.
Why?
Knowing Perry White here, it seems so smart. I'm wondering if he actually knew who Clark was in Batman v Superman. And it just adds up to the fear of Superman, right? The fear. I mean, yeah, in the 1978, the Superman and all the Supermans before, you know, you don't have that fear. They just accept him right away, some superpowered being. This is more of a modern take where, what if there was a superpowered being? Who do you trust? Do you trust him? Would we trust him? He's an alien, after all. Would we trust an alien from another planet with powers? Nothing can stop him. He's literally stronger than anything out there. Do we trust him? You know, I wouldn't. Like, people know him. They bring a baggage to this movie by saying it's Superman. He's supposed to be like this, like this, like this, but this is an origin movie we're looking at. This is an origin. And I like how the details they put in here in the script, what David Goyer did and then Zack Snyder did. It's not just black and white. There's so many layers to this. As a mother who raised you, just for your son to say, I found my family, it's gotta hurt. You know, it's gotta hurt. And I just love, I hope they continue this. Hope we have a scene of Clark and Martha, of him and his mom, is just so integral right now. They've set up so well in Man of Steel. It's very integral in Batman v Superman, and I hope it's integral in Justice League. This is turning to the 1 hour mark, so this is literally almost, I would say, is it the second act, I think?
Well, they haven't responded as of yet.
Speculating.
I think whoever's at the helm of that thing is looking to make a dramatic entrance.
Yeah. Yeah. It's alert, but it turns out to be a printer. There is a term for that type of scene cutting. I forgot what it was. I learned in school. I like that he's drinking beer like a regular, normal human being, you know. Even in Superman Returns, where Brandon Routh was drinking too, a lot of people got offended by that. And I'm like, come on, really? So this is so much like the end of the world type affair. Like, I wonder how much of that type of setup will be in Justice League. Like, will we see the world being affected by Steppenwolf's arrival? I'm already saying this is creepy. This is super creepy, like Ring creepy. Get that? It's very eerie. And you have that same feeling as if you're a human, like, what is going on? What is this thing? There's something in the sky. Something's communicating through the TVs, through the phones. This is at this point where it came from a small movie to something. This is dramatic. This is huge. It's worldly.
I come from a world far from I am journeying across the ocean stars to reach you. For some time, your world has sheltered one of my citizens. I request that you return this individual to my custody. For reasons unknown, he has chosen to keep his existence secretly. He will have made efforts to blend in. He will look like you, but he is not
one of you.
To those of you who may know his current location, the fate of your planet rests in your hands. The Kal-El, I say this. Surrender within 24 hours. Or watch this world suffer the consequences.
Imagine, you just got your suit, man. You just found out who you were, literally like the day before, and now your own Kryptonian heritage has come to pick you up. Like, what could be going on in your head, you know? He literally has no time to say, you know what, I can fly, I can do things, I could help people. No time.
Are you watching this crap? All morning. Once I actually agree with Rupert. Now, have you seen him? Do you know where he is?
Panic. Everybody's trying to get the scapegoat, get him off this earth. Treason, wow. Very realistic. This is what will actually happen if this happened. Okay, this is not some fantasy. This is a fantasy science fiction world, but they're grounding it in reality of what would actually happen. Now that's supposed to be, I think that's supposed to be Parasite, huh?
Come on, fight back! Get up, Kent.
I forgot who told me that was supposed to be Parasite somewhere. So weird they just grabbed him out of that thing and started beating him up. Like, he must have did something. Yeah. He's like, that's a real bully.
So bad.
Just have to decide what kind of man you end up with the good part, because he's good character, he's going to change the
Script in this movie is awesome. Just the way they talk, and it's so deep. Imagine he's like, oh, you know why they want you?
What would you got to tell you?
Yeah. See, this sets up the world is darker, much darker than. Oh, right.
Sometimes you have to take a leap of faith first. Transport comes later.
My wife just went to sleep. It's the first they've seen him. The first time ever they've seen this Superman. You know.
You got our attention. What do you want?
I would like to speak to those later.
What makes you think she's here?
Don't play games with me, kiddo. I'll surrender. And I'll leave the guarantee Lois is free.
Very symbolic. I remember a lot of people were complaining, what is that? Why is that on poster? You know, it just captures the moment, captures the idea that Earth is not Earth is the dark one here, not Superman, but the world. Humanity is dark and truthful to realism, you know. Yes. She was about to say Superman.
My name is Dr.
Emil. Also some Scottish
You can't expect us to not take precautions. You could be carrying some kind of
Alien pathogen.
You're all.
Yeah.
We have legitimate security concerns. If we reveal our identity on this interview, you need to do the same with us.
Put a card to the table, Jack.
I like that. They're like standing back. He's talking to him like he sees him. Which he does.
Who is? Zack. Be that as it may, I've been given orders to hand you over to him.
Totally cooperative with the military. Cooperative.
The maintenance technician.
Good to know.
In a way, this movie, this moment, it's almost like it's not a superhero movie. It's kind of like it's like E.T. when the military are coming after E.T. and E.T. just wants to go home. You know, that type of feeling where you're not really backing the humans here because you're like, come on, just trust him, you know. Like, he doesn't even know what to do. This is the first time he's seen these ships. He's seen the big ship, but this is the first time he's seeing his own kind other than his hologram father. Like, imagine, like, what do I do? Like, am I just gonna go home with you guys? What are you gonna do? And this is like first contact for the people. That's such a cool effect, man. Just
Kal-El, I'm Sub-Commander for Herald. On behalf of General Zod, I extend you his greetings.
extend you his greetings.
Are you the ranking officer here?
Yeah.
General Zod, like this woman to accompany me.
Who asked for the alien?
You say alien woman.
Shall I tell the general you're unwilling to comply?
It's so cool that for Earl and him, he has, you know, Christopher Maloney has these kind of antagonistic nature against each other. That was the first moment, the second moment, the knife, and the third moment at the end. It's awesome. Sub-commanders, I think. 2 sub-commanders going at it. Yeah, no, he had a backup plan in mind just in case General Zod is not being truthful and stuff. And Lois Lane's smart enough to realize what's going on.
You will need to roll the leader beyond this point.
That's cool. General Zod. Getting gray over here.
I have no idea how long we've been searching for. Take it, Zod.
General Zod, our commander.
Your Cal and lapses in the strange.
He's like, what's wrong with him? What's wrong with him?
Strange.
He's not used to the Kryptonian atmosphere.
Rejecting our ship's atmospherics.
Makes sense.
Lifetime adapting to Earth's, but you never adapted to ours.
And the other way around too. Originally, I thought if they were ever to introduce kryptonite instead of a green rock, it would be something like this. But they went the comic route and did the green rock anyway. Cool dream sequence. Cool dream sequence.
Or do you prefer Clark? That's the name they gave you, isn't it? I was Krypton's military leader. Your father, our foremost scientist. The only thing we agreed on was that Krypton must die. In return for my efforts to protect our civilization and
Save our planet.
I and my fellow officers were sentenced to the Phantoms.
I just like that. He's like, save our planet.
Destruction of our world. Freedom.
I'm not a maniac who wants to destroy a planet. He wants to save his own planet. guy's gonna destroy this one to save his. Even for showing these moments that they're real. They're not just your simple one-sided villain, you know. Became our salvation. The play of words is fantastic.
We shot out the old colonial outpost looking for signs of life. But all we found was death. Cut off from Krypton, these outposts withered and died long ago. We salvaged what we could. Armor, weapons, even a world
engine.
For 33 years we prepared. Until finally we detected a distress beacon which you triggered when you accessed the ancient scout ship. You led us here, Captain.
Oops.
And now it's within your power to save what remains of your race.
Yeah.
The genetic template for every being yet to be born is encoded in the registry of citizens. Your father stole the registry's codex and stored it in the capsule of God. For what purpose? So that Krypton can live again.
On Earth. Then you realize his ultimate plan. Oh boy. Like how the Superman suit comes on, but all black. This is where all the black Superman suits coming from. They've already shown it.
What happens to Earth? The foundation has to be built on something. Even your
Father recognized that. Although the skulls is, and I think even Zack Snyder had a proof that the skulls are the same as the one in the Mexico or what is it, South America scene in Batman v Superman where they had the skull faces on their faces and they're reaching up to him. Very similar. Symbolic omen. He's being drowned by humanity itself in the way they hate him and things like that in Batman v Superman. It's all part of the plan. All part of the plan. A villain that cares. He's a villain, but only through the eyes of us, but you understand him. He really thinks he's the hero in this movie. He's saving his world.
What's the signal, Major? DSP ping 2 bogeys launching from the alien ship. Put it out.
Yes, sir.
There it is.
Retask Icon 4, give me a closer look. Yes, sir. Command, word of the day is Trident. You have 2 aliens.
Trident.
Icon 4, come down line.
Airspeed.
380 knots and entering Kansas airspace. They are not responding to our hail.
He was Lex Luthor, or was it Lex Luthor or something in like for a couple episodes where Michael Rosenbaum wasn't available in Smallville. Was that Asian lady? Was that from that little short film that Zack Snyder made? I'm trying to remember. I'm gonna have to look that up because she looks like her. Yeah, it's getting late. That would spook me just to turn around like, oh, it's Jor-El. That's a dude. Where you come from? So he designed this ship too. So he's not like some kind of geologist. He actually was like a broader scientist, maybe maybe more into the military. And that would explain why he knows how to fight.
Did you do that?
He's like, wait a minute, something's wrong. Hey, look, I can get out. I can't breathe. Oh no. Lois Lane is pretty badass here. Like just turn your head. Move your head to the left. Oh. Holes in your spaceship, that sucks. I was like, oh, Dad, is that true, Dad? Lois. We can save all of them. That moment, that speech, he realized what he has to do. This is the moment, you know, this is why he's here, why he brought here. His father revealed to him what needs to be done. Oh. It's not every day a spaceship lands in your backyard. Smiling. So I had to point that out. So he must have heard something right now. Super hearing. Boosh.
right there. Where is he?
Go to hell.
Oh. So they know they're strong, like they did some practice rounds. Oh, that house. This is awesome. This part's awesome. Boo! You think you frightened my mother? You never mess with someone's mom, man. He just went completely nuts. Probably doesn't even, like, you know, not knowing how much damage he's actually doing. Like, what's going on? Can hear and see everything. What are you doing?
My parents taught me to hone my senses now. Focus on just what I wanted to see. Without your help, I'm getting everything. And it hurts.
Oh. I like how he had to gradually kind of learn it, although because he's a general military, he's able to focus on it faster. That guy is huge. He cares about people right here. Get inside. It's not safe. This is literally like you're at the playground, the bullies are coming, and you're like, can I fight these guys? Okay. Can I fight these guys? I've never fought anyone before. Anyone that could withstand my strength, you know. And he clearly doesn't really know how to fight. Maybe throw some punches, but not fight. He's like, what? They be shooting everybody. The military's doing more damage than they are. Oh my god, it's a monster. If you slow this down, you actually see him grab his head, pop it, boom! Oh! Boom! I like this look. He's like, Pete? Clark? I like that he doesn't know how to fight, unsure of yourself. He's like how hard can he hit? Or should I hit that hard?
history has proven anything.
Oh. The safe shot is literally the first shot we see him as in Superman suit in terms of marketing before Man of Steel came out. So cool. This part when they're fighting, oh my god, I was like, when I said when I've always wanted to see like a Dragon Ball style Superman live action fight. When I saw this in theaters, I'm like, I couldn't believe my eyes. I'm actually, oh, they're actually doing it. It's like so awesome. Oh, oh my gosh. Oh man, that guy is killer huge. And they're shocked. They're like, "What was that? Can we do that? Can we do the laser eyes too?" Oh. Oops. Here we go. Here's Superman saving somebody. If you really wanted to see him saving individuals, they just did it right now. Oh. Oh, they are not ready for this lady. Oh man, I'm pretty sure they died. Like, just the force. Oh. Says super brave. Nope. Good death is its own reward. Boom! This is so cool. Oh, you think that's a knife? This is a knife.
The good death is its own reward.
He was like, I almost died. I almost died at that moment.
You will not live. Forever you will use it. You will kill a million more.
Oh. For aura, so underrated. I know a lot of people complain about seeing too much product placement in here, like IHOP and Sears. That's how these big budget movies make their money, man. They gotta have sponsors. They gotta have sponsors. It's not as blatant like one of the Transformers where Mark Wahlberg's actually drinking Bud Light and with a shot on him doing that. It's not that blatant. A moment of trust here. This man is not our enemy. Thank you, girl. Sears. Nice suit. Such a positive thinking mom. Like I'd be freaking out if my house was.
Isn't that a good thing?
I don't think they're interested in sharing this world.
Does that police officer know that's Clark? She just literally said, Clark, it's Clark. I was wondering, about that.
Temporary weakness. It is of little consequence. Because I have repeated codex. It was never cancer. Direct codex. The DNA of a billion people. And he bonded it within his son's individual cells. All of Krypton's heirs. Hidden in one refugee's body.
They're like, oh. Nope. Release the world engine. Of course, now we've used that meme to death. Release the hype engine. Look at that.
What just happened? The ship just split in two. Track 1 is heading east, track 2 is deploying towards the southern hemisphere.
How fast is that bogey moving? Approaching Mach 24 in the sound wave. Looks like it's going to impact somewhere in the South Indian Ocean.
The rest of the ship is descending.
Metropolis. So Bruce is in there somewhere. Or no, he didn't. Did he land yet? No, he didn't. I think he drives up the moment where the fighters start attacking attacking that ship.
Bring the Phantom drive online.
Straight to the world edge.
Initiate. Oh. Run! That is such a devastating weapon. Look at that. Man.
It's like some kind of gravity weapon. Working in tandem with their ship. And they're increasing the Earth's mass.
See? They're trying to destroy the world.
What's that?
Planetary engineering modifying the Earth's atmosphere into
So what happens to us?
based on those readings. There won't be an us.
Uh-oh.
Control tower. You know, Hardy's on his way. He's got Superman.
Superman?
Superman? Yeah. Superman.
See? They say Superman 3 times. I'm always wondering about some of the people that says they don't even call him Superman. He's said it 3 times.
You should hear I did.
Ship is powered by something called a phantom drive. Defense space. Launching uses the same technology. We can make the 2 drives collide with one another. A singularity can be created. Like a black hole. Yes. So if we open up the doorway, then theoretically they should be pulled back in. So you want us to pop them with that?
Mm-hmm.
General, that craft maxes out 17,000 pounds. We can drop it from the C-17.
See? All you guys think, you know, these people are like, hey, Superman's a murderer. He wants to kill all of them. He literally just said they want to open up the Phantom, Singularity, put them back into the Phantom Zone. Put those guys back. And he's going to the World Engine to stop the World Engine so it stops from destroying the world. Go! It shakes my head when it babbles, you know, when people say, why is he saving those people in Metropolis? Well, then he won't be able to save the world. Okay, if there were other heroes there, that'd be great. He could count on them to save the little. By the time he saves like 20 or 30 of people going around, it's over. It's over. He has to take out the World Engine. And he flew to the other side of the hemisphere. I think this is the part when Bruce Wayne would show up on that helipad. He's over at that old Kryptonian ship, finally able to hone in. Maybe Clark shouldn't have told him what to do. You know, he would still have been in chaos and not sure what to do. But he taught him to hone it, so he honed. He honed his senses. I like this little moment with him and the quote-unquote ghost of Jor-El in a way.
Stop this off. I'm still tired.
Haven't given up lecturing me, have you? Even in the day.
I'm not letting you use the codex like this.
You don't have the power to stop me. The command key I have entered is revoking your authority. The ship is now under my control.
So it's terraforming, and it's causing that atmosphere to turn more like Krypton. So he's coughing, he's getting sick, but that's not stopping him to try to destroy this thing. I don't know why people had a problem with this scene. Any giant thing, do you think that it's not going to be guarded? You know, there's going to be a security system. That sucks. You're literally killing your own people. You know, it's like some people didn't even watch this movie. You can clearly see that the military are accidentally killing their own people. Not Superman. Superman's over here risking his life trying to destroy this thing. Oh, that sucks. The visuals are phenomenal in this part. I mean, oh my god. Yes, this was after 9/11, so it did have that, invoke that feeling, but it works because you're supposed to feel that feeling of terror and dread. Man, I can't even. What would I be at that moment? Like, run! Run!
Our people can coexist. So we can suffer through years of pain trying to adapt like your son has.
It's a little clock.
They're both ghosts, son. How'd you see that? The Krypton you're clinging onto is gone.
I've managed to quarantine this invasive intelligence and prepared to terminate it. I'm tired of this debate.
Silence and you won't change anything.
So sadly, this is the last time we see Jor-El.
Just trust him, man. You'll think you understand.
Tell me, you have Jor-El's memories of this conflict. Can you experience his pain? I will harvest the codex from your son's corpse, and I will rebuild Krypton atop his bones.
I almost wish he kind of stuck around for like Batman v Superman. Jor-El, I mean. Some parts the CG doesn't really work, like this part through the smoke, but 90% of it looks great. For a long time, Jenny, we thought her name was like Jenny Olsen, and they were gonna do like a woman version of Jimmy Olsen, but it's not. Oh. Perry White, heroics himself, man, sacrificed himself to save his one of his employees. Okay, here we go. This is where a lot of people, and I've seen, I don't know if I forgot if it was intentional or not, but he's looking up, and it's almost like Christopher Reeve. It looks like Christopher Reeve. Here he goes, here he goes. There, right there. Right there. Does look like him. I like when he cries out. Oh my God. Superman saved the world. I wonder if the Atlanteans are going to mention anything about the Indian Ocean. It's like really lame. Wake up tomorrow very early. Reaching out to the sun. That moment we turn, it's like juxtaposed with Lois Lane looking at the pillow in the Justice League trailer. That's what one person on Twitter had put that comparison. I love it. It's like, why is it not working? What was it supposed to do? Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Just in time. I like this part where he cries out, "No! Destroy this ship!" Hesitation. That time he hasn't really fully felt what he has done until towards the end of that Zod battle. We also see that in Batman v Superman. It's just a puzzle. Maybe it should be rated. I just turn the thing. Oh, well that was easy. Oh, oh. That's not gonna work. Anyway, Dr. Hamilton saved saved them. Well, and him too. Oh man. Oh. He could... Booyah! So I know it exploded, like it exploded at that moment. Did they survive for Aura? You know, I mean, I don't think so, because they were head on first collision. But she is strong, that she is immortal, not immortal, but invincible at that point. So she probably could still be alive in the Phantom Zone. His flying cries are like awesome. Give you the sense he's really, you know, pushing himself to the limits. So can they see him? Like, do they know that that's what he looks like? I want to say he's far away, and I don't know if his back is turned when they turn right here, so they don't see who he really looks like. That's why they don't know that Clark is Superman and vice versa. Oh. I exist only to protect.
That is the sole purpose for which I was born. And every action I take, no matter how violent or how cruel.
Cruel. It's for the greater good, my people. You feel like it's really something. Michael Shannon playing Zod, and this character of Zod is so much more depth, so much more involved than before. He's not some simple villain who wants to destroy the world or want to be the king of the world or whatever. He really cares about his role as a Kryptonian, what he was born to do. He's a man who will not surrender. You know, this is his role. This is what he needs to do. This is what he was born to do. You have to kill me. Stop me. As you can see here, all this damage, and Bruce is watching right now from down there. All this damage is being done by Zod. Clark is literally trying to figure out how to get rid of this guy. Oh man. How do you stop a superpowered being that's just as strong and vulnerable as you are? LexCorp. Like how he turns around surprised, like, oh, God, did that? Oh no. Oh. The difference in how they fight, you can tell. That's why he's a general, you know? Or I do. Just setting up. Just totally setting up. Either you die or I do. There's only one way to end this. Boom, 0 days.
I was bred to be a warrior. Trained my entire life.
Master my senses. I like this. On a farm. Which at this point, Clark is like, oh crud. Oh, he can fly now. That's just great. This is not gonna be easy. Boom! He's punching him. I believe he was really trying to punch him away, man. He was trying to punch him out. Oh. Oh, man. Ooh. Oh. See this? It's you're not watching. Like, General Zod is causing all this damage. I don't know how people say, oh, Superman's causing all that damage. He killed all those people. Not watching it, are you? Wayne Industries. Yeah. Clearly, if there was no damage, or if there's nothing, and General Zod, he would probably easily win. Can mourn for them. What would you do, man? What would you do? I'd take him out. Never. That family is literally him. He didn't smile about it. At this moment, he realized he has destroyed his entire lineage. They're all gone. He's the only Kryptonian left. And he's never killed anybody. This is it. I mean, Zack Snyder wanted to make a film, an ending. Yes, it's controversial, but it's the setup to why he doesn't want to kill. You know, there's got to be a reason why. And I know people are like, well, I don't go off and start killing people. There's that morality issue. Sure, yeah, sure. But it's a bit more powerful to see this type of scene. And there's really no going away about it. I don't understand how people think that he could have flew him off. The guy is literally strong, or even stronger than him. He's a military guy. He's literally just a, in terms, because they have both of the same power and speed, he's like a civilian trying to go after a Marine, you know. So of course he can't do it. There's nothing. It was.
I know you're trying to find out where I hang my tape. You won't.
And I'll ask the obvious question. How do we know you won't one day act against America?
Grew up in Kansas, Jim. About as American as it gets.
He's like, oh, you're from Kansas. Oh, you're from Kansas. Of course they probably know because they had the fight in Smallville.
And you have to convince Washington.
Even if I were willing to try, what makes you think they'd listen?
I don't know, Jim. Guess I'll just have to trust him.
I gotta admit, this part is cringy, really cringy. I'm kind of like, oh my god. I just think he's kind of hot. Mm-hmm. So touching. Superman. The music and everything. I don't know if every boy have done that, but I sure have. It wasn't red though. I had a pink towel. Ba ba ba. Ba ba ba. Anyway, it's its own Superman theme. Ba ba ba. So how quickly they must have went to another building. If that building, I don't know if that building, the Daily Planet, was destroyed. Doesn't look like it. Looks like the same building, unless they moved to another building.
Want you to meet our new stringer, want you to show him yours. This is Clark Kent. Good luck, Kent. Hey, Steve. Nice to meet you too.
Hi.
Lois.
Welcome to the planet.
Welcome to the planet. Glad to be here, Lois. Welcome to Daily Planet. Welcome to planet Earth. Smiling again. Man of Steel. This music is so awesome. Directed by Zack Snyder. Yes. It's so awesome. So I know the modern movie, they like to put the title at the end, and they have that animated opening sequence. At that time, I was so used to having the title sequence at the beginning, so it did catch me off guard. I forgot to mention that they didn't have that opening sequence with the music, and it had the Superman symbol, and even showing just Man of Steel on it. But I'm totally fine. The music is phenomenal. It's just chicken skin every time I hear the Ideal of Hope. And what a crazy, long, but awesome movie. I've seen it so many times I could actually, know some of the lines that they. I hope I didn't irritate you, but that that's that. This is the end of the Man of Steel commentary. What an incredible movie. I remember coming out of theaters, and I know one of my tires was flat, and I had to call to get a tire, get a replacement tire, and just standing there waiting for the tire replacement guy, I forget what he called it, AAA, to come. And I'm just like at all, and I remember telling my wife, like, I just can't believe what I saw. It's the most incredible experience of my life. This is Superman. I'm like, I respect the Donner Superman, I respect the Christopher Reeve, but this to me is Superman now. This is the modern Superman. This was an incredible, awesome movie. Awesome. So, and I never stopped from there. So that's that. Whew. Well, I hope you enjoyed this commentary. I hope you enjoyed reliving. There's the symbol. Awesome. So anyway, sorry. So I hope you enjoyed this incredible commentary on this movie. I hope you watched it with me. A little trip back down memory lane. So I'm gonna be, when you see this, is probably be on a Friday. I am definitely gonna do the Batman v Superman, the ultimate cut, because the ultimate cut is the Superman story cut, not Batman focus like in because I'm a Superman fan. Come on, not the Batman focused theatrical cut. So I'm gonna be watching the ultimate cut next week, and please join me for that if you like. I want to relive it myself as we get so much closer, very much closer to the probably fantastic Justice League as I hope. I hope it still has that Zack Snyder in it, and I'm pretty sure it will. But anyway, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.